Hello and welcome to Skyhook's UNAA area qualifier for 2021. This will be an explanation and demonstration of the adult course, which is the 16 and older group. Should hope you know who you are if you are an adult. Now first things first, let's go through some of the UNAA rules. Hopefully you've gone over them before, but we'll go through the basics. We'll brief the basics with this will be a timed course. You will have 5 minutes to complete it, and throughout the course you will find a mix of 1 and 2 point obstacles. Now points come before time. If you get more points, you will be higher placed. If you tie with someone for points, then time is the tiebreaker. Now you get 3 failures on your course. A failure counts if you fail either the first half of a 2 point obstacle or if you fail a 1 point obstacle. If you fail the second half of a 2 point obstacle but you completed the first half, then you will not get a failure. That will not count towards your 3. You just won't get that second point. Make sure that you are starting and landing within the designated starting and landing zones. There will be orange tape that you are following for the adult course. So you can see as a demonstration right here, there's an orange line on the ground. You cannot start past that line for this obstacle. You must be behind it. We tried to be very clear with all of the obstacles where those start and ending points are. Yeah, without further ado, let's get into the course. Let's start with the first obstacle, which will be the floating steps. A classic starting obstacle. You may not use your hands on the walls, but you can use your hands on the obstacles themselves, as well as your feet, of course, and your feet can also go on the walls. Now you can see there are the orange tape right here, designating where the area is where you can put your feet on the wall, and there are holds that you may also use as well. Now this obstacle ends when you get your hands on this rock hold right here with your feet going anywhere. They can go on the holds or on the wall. And this is a 1 point obstacle. So from behind that orange line, across all these and onto that hold will be 1 point. We can watch Gavin do it now. Again, not using his hands on the walls, but he can use his hands on the obstacles themselves. And there's the first point. Well done, Gavin. After that, the next obstacle starts with your hands on this hold, so you can move right into your rock traverse. You may use any handhold and any foothold to get yourself from that hold over to this ring right here. You may not use the top of the wall to shimmy across, and you may not use this rope to help you get to the ring. You must climb around it. And otherwise, any handhold, any foothold is in. Go for it, Gavin. Some holds are going to be better than others, but any color is in. He's not going to use the rope. He can climb around, again using the holds, till he is on the ring with control. That is going to be 1 point, getting your hands to the ring with control. And that's also the end of the rock wall obstacle. The next obstacle starts with your hands on the ring, and you must first unhook this rope. It is hooked on up there. You must get it down before you then swing using the rope and get yourself either within these the red tape box here for 1 point, or you with your hands on the rock holds here, your feet can go anywhere for 2 points. So this is a 2 point obstacle. 1 point just landing on the ground in the tape box. 2 points with your hands on the obstacle or on the hold and your feet up off the ground. Gavin, go for it. He can use his feet on the wall if he wants to help unhook the rope. He's then going to build up some swing and go for the hold. Now, if he didn't make it the first try, but he swings back, he can then grab the ring and use it to give it another go as long as he didn't touch the ground. But he can go back to the ring and try to generate more swing. Once he did that, you can then start the next obstacle, which is going to be climbing up and monkey barring across the roof section till you get to the 2 taped holds up there. That is going to be 1 point. This is another 2-point obstacle. So again, you're going to be climbing up using any handhold and any foothold to get to those handholds. That's 1 point. Your second point comes when you swing and land with control in this orange tape box right here. Not the entire pad is open. If you land with your feet outside of this tape box, you will not get your second point. It won't count as a failure because you got the first one, but you won't be getting the second one. Go for it, Gavin. Show us how it's done. Using any handhold, any foothold, with control, climbing across. That'll be the first point. Going to swing and land with control in here. Now, Gavin, if you landed there and you did a candlestick roll, would you get that point? No. After you do your good landing here, hopefully getting that second point, you then are going to come over here and use the mini tramp. Now, you can have as much run up as you can to use this trampoline to get yourself up to this bar. Now, this is another 2-point obstacle. Your first point comes when you hop this movable bar right here to the second set of cradles. So you have to jump up to this bar, transfer to here, do 1 hop, and that is going to be your first point on this obstacle. Your second point comes when you continue hopping the bar all the way to the last set of cradles here. You may not use your hands or feet on anything other than the bars. These rings, the bananas, they're all out. You must use your hands. Very good. Transfer on. Going to hop. And that's 1 point. And he did not get a failure on this obstacle. Oh, he's going to go for the 2 points. Well done. The judge will say clear when you have cleared an obstacle. That might have been a bit of a quick drop. He might have dropped too soon to get that second point, but it's up to whether the judge has said clear or not when he had landed that obstacle. That's a tricky one. After you do that, you can then transfer to the next obstacle, which is going to be the salmon ladder. It is another 2-point obstacle. Your first point comes when you go up 2 rungs. It is going to be in the rung that has the orange tape, and there's another set of orange tape up here. You have to get it to that one. If you'd like to skip a rung, you can do that if you're strong enough. You don't have to. If you want to walk one side up at a time, that is also allowed. You just have to get up to that second rung up there. Can't use your feet or anything, only your hands. Your second point on this obstacle comes when you do the salmon ladder transfer. Now you can see there are 2 more pieces of tape in between this rung and the rung way up there. You just have to get this bar in between those 2 however you can and hold on with control. Once you have control, judge will say cleared and you will get your second point. All right, Gavin, go for it. Up 2, that's 1 point. Turn around, and he's gonna go for the transfer. Well done, and he got it in between the 2 pieces of tape, so he has got that second point. After that, you can see there's an arrow that will direct you back this way, and you can use this ladder to help you get up to this obstacle. Now, the starting is just on this. Once you're on here, your obstacle has started. This is to help you up. You then crawl across these or hang or swing or whatever. You can use your hands, your feet, only on the obstacles, not on the bars or I suppose the ladder, you can't use your feet on it once you are up on the obstacle. You can also use your feet on the platform because this is where you are getting to get your point for this obstacle. So it starts over there, ends on top of this platform for 1 point. Go for it, Gavin. He's using his feet to get up there. So again, you can't use anything other. These are out, the bars are out. But if you wanted to use your feet on these as well, that is also allowed. Now your next obstacle is going to be a 2-point obstacle. It's going to start with the swoop slider, and getting to these handholds is going to get you 1 point. So you have to ride the swoop slider down, jump off, and grab these without touching the ground for 1 point. You then get a 2nd point by swinging on these and landing on top of this pad with control. Go for it. You can use that bar to help you up there. That is in. Well done. You can take extra swings. Very good, and that's going to be 2 points for him. Your next obstacle is right in front of you once you're on top of this. It is going to be the wing nuts. This is another 2-point obstacle. And again, no feet or anything on any of this part of this obstacle. You have to use your hands to help you swing from one to this one, from the first one to the middle one. And that'll get you 1 point. And then your 2nd point comes when you land in this box with control. If you land outside, you won't get the point. Go for it. That's 1 point. And he landed. That is a success. Very nice job. Your next obstacle is going to be right here. You can use this to help you get up to the starting handholds. You must start with both of your hands on these red holds right here. You can then use these doorknob graspers, and only the doorknob graspers, to get to these last 2 taped holds. We cannot use these bars. We cannot use these for our hands, for our feet. We can only use the spinning doorknob graspers. And again, the obstacle there is there to help you up if you need it. Again, and a 1 point obstacle for this one. Going across. Just like that. And that's a clear for that one. After that, you are right next to the warped wall, so you might as well do it for 2 points. The first, if you want 1 point, you go to the 12-foot, which is the second cutout. You can see it's taped. It is the lower one. For 2 points, you go all the way up to the top. You cannot grab one and climb to the next. If you grab that, the 1 point one, you only get 1 point, even if you then grab the top. If you want 2 points, you have to run up and get all the way up to the top. Just like that. Fantastic. You can then come down the front and come right around here to the balance obstacles. Now, you have your tape right here, so you're going to start behind it. You can then go up to here for 1 point. There's going to be a 2 point obstacle. I keep saying that in the middle of describing these. You're going to go up to here for 1 point. Then get yourself to this bar without using this pole. You cannot use this pole to help you get situated onto this bar. Once you are on here, you then walk across till you have passed this orange piece of tape. Once you have passed that tape, you can then hop down onto the vault block for your 2nd point. So 1 point to the yellow, your 2nd point ends on the red vault block here. For this one, you cannot use your hands, only your feet to get across. Very good. After that, you're gonna have a 1 point obstacle, which will be the rolling log. You can do this however you'd like, as long as you don't touch the ground. You're gonna start on one side, run across, and end on the other side with control. Very nice. Again, you just can't touch the ground. If you want to use your hands, your knees, whatever you'd like on to complete this obstacle, you are welcome to do that. Come around through the doorway, to get to the last obstacle. Again, it is a 1-point obstacle. You must start with both of your feet on this balance beam. If you put both of your feet on and then you step off, you have failed that obstacle. So as soon as your feet are on this balance beam, you have started and you have to go forward to finish it. You do not have to touch every single one, but it ends, and so does your run, when you hit this buzzer at the end here. Go for it, Gavin. Well done. And that's the end of this obstacle for 1 point, as well as the end of the course. Other than that, have fun and good luck.